Face it, everybody, this is about R.Kelly, alleged sex slave, still at his condo. We haven't been evicted. And of course, as you can see here in the video, that I am not going to play because I know TMZ is very petty and they love blocking people. As is Jocelyn and Azriel, R.Kelly's sex slaves. R.Kelly's alleged sex slaves, or as they would say, girlfriends, are setting the record straight on where the hell they've been since the singer was arrested, and they say nothing's changed. So yeah, they are the alleged sex slaves or girlfriends of R. Kelly. Jocelyn and Azriel, and they need to get evicted out of that Trump Tower because they shouldn't be there. A rep for Jocelyn Savage and Azriel Clary tells TMZ the women were sitting comfortably in R. Kelly's Chicago apartment inside Trump Tower on Sunday afternoon when they recorded this video, addressing claims they've been evicted from the premises following Kelly's arrest for 2 federal indictments. And so Jocelyn Savage and Azriel were telling TMZ, and of course you can't believe TMZ half the time, they were sitting comfortably in R. Kelly's Chicago apartment inside Trump Tower. Now R. Kelly's not in his apartment anymore because he's sitting in jail still until tomorrow. And obviously, these 2 girls need to get out of that Trump Tower and go back to their family. In the clip obtained by TMZ, Azriel does most of the talking and says they're fine and dandy and living comfortably inside R. Kelly's pad. So Azriel did all this talking, saying they're fine and dandy when they're not doing fine and dandy because they're doing what R. Kelly's saying because he's a puppet for these girls and the girls are trapped. They even give a glimpse of the view from the high-rise showing off the Chicago skyline. Azriel says they're at the Trump and adds it's the same place they've been for years. So Azriel gave a glimpse of the high-rise of the Chicago skyline. Azriel says they're at the Trump and they've been there for years. Well, why didn't the feds go in there and busted that second unit that Azriel put in her name? Why didn't they go there? They should have busted that door down and get them girls out of there. However, she insists they move freely and come and go as they like, attempting to knock down the notion they're being held against their will. This part seems to be a direct message to their parents, who've been vocally and publicly concerned for years now. Yeah, so now the girls are free to move wherever they want. But I don't believe it because R. Kelly controls these girls. He's a puppet for these girls. He's sitting in jail for 2 indictments as it is. They go on to thank R. Kelly's fans for the ongoing support and his new legal battles. First of all, I would never support R. Kelly. No, not for those allegations that he got himself into. No. The fans, I don't know how they could deal with him, but he's a pedophile. Let me put it that way. The video comes on the heels of Kelly's rearrest in Chicago on new federal charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking and obstruction of justice. Of course, that's on top of the state charges he's been facing in Cook County, Illinois. So the video comes on the heels of Kelly's rearrest. Of course, they got him on new federal charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking and obstruction of justice. So he took these girls across states illegally to have sex with other people. And in the meantime, R. Kelly's over here sitting in jail, but of course he's got an STD that he never disclosed to anybody. Joycelyn and Azriel's parents relayed that they were concerned for their daughters, whose whereabouts since Kelly's arrest has been unknown until now. There had been reports that they were kicked out of Kelly's place, but they claimed they've always been there through the whole ordeal. So Joycelyn and Azriel's parents, they're worried about their daughters. They're very concerned about them. They want them out of that Trump Tower in Chicago. They don't want to see their daughters living there. And of course, Joycelyn is brainwashed by R.Kelly. As we reported, Joycelyn's father confronted Kelly's spokesperson during a news conference, demanding to know his daughter's whereabouts. We're told Joycelyn and Azriel are denying the alleged suicide pact some family members thought had been formed. And so Joycelyn's father is confronting the Kelly's spokesperson. He wants to know where his daughter is, and he demands to know where his daughter is because he has every single right to know where Joycelyn is. And of course, we're told Joycelyn and Azriel are denying the alleged suicide pact. After they claimed they were going to do it. The women, who are both adults, have always claimed they are not being held against their will, and they reassert that in this video. However, Kelly's critics have long maintained this sort of video only shows how the embattled singer has brainwashed his victims. And so R. Kelly brainwashed them. He told them lies. He told them, well, you can't go nowhere, you can't eat, you can't go to the bathroom, you can't look at other men. And this is how R. Kelly's mind is thinking, because he manipulated Joycelyn and Azriel. And of course, the parents want their daughters. They demand to know where their daughter's at. How can the spokesperson for R. Kelly not tell them where they are? And he should be disclosing where Joycelyn and Azriel are. Leave your comments below. I am out.